Hi everyone, my name is Abel Emiliano Perez Jimenez, and today I'm going to talk about fake news that were spread in Mexico on June 2024. It claims that automotive in companies like Nissan, Mercedes, and Renault were leaving Mexico because of a lack of safety and government guarantees. This caused panic and concern, especially to the people that is related with these industries. However, all this information was false. It all starts when an image began circulating on social media, specifically in Instagram and Facebook, because of the reasons I had told you before. But I think this also have a message inside of it because they want to show that Mexico is losing major foreign investments. And if investors doesn't invest in Mexico, um, they don't generate more occupations for all the people that will live in here. The main targets of this fake news were obviously the automotive companies, but it also the Mexican government, because they want to show that the Mexican government isn't as strong enough as countries as United States or or Spain or the biggest countries. The false part of this news was that the companies were abandoning Mexico, but the true part of this was that there was a reduction in work shifts, specifically in the Compass plant that is in Aguascalientes. And the logical fallacy that is in this news is a type of hasty generalization because they include and they exaggerate that all the automotive industry was leaving Mexico, and this was false. Well, this all began in the social media in June 2024, and it came of questionable sources because uh, the sources that spread this news were anonymous accounts. And this news is a type of disinformation because the intention was to deceive. And they manipulate data to cause anxiety and panic in the people that has a relation with this industry. I think the main purpose of the people that spread this news was clickbait because they want to gain more followers on their accounts. And well, the intent audience was obviously the automotive industry, and I think this has a political bias because they want to show that Mexico has a poor national management. The potential consequences of believing the parts in this story, in my opinion, here apply the financial, the political, the social, and the psychological. And the financial is because the fear of among investors, because, like I said before, if investors don't invest in Mexico, um, the country won't grow up. Political because they attack those in power, the government. Social because they generate a distrust in institutions, and this also affects to industries like internet industries, cell phone industries, um, and more industries because they won't invest in Mexico. And psychological because they generate anxiety and fear to all the people that works in this industry and also to the people that we are studying this, and that we want to work in that industry. And my personal reflection of this is that we need to learn how to classify all this news to have a good use of this. Well, to have a good use of them, because if we spread the news like we want, and the people that doesn't and the people that don't know if this information is true or is false, they also spread this information, we are going to generate uh, a malinformation in all the people. So it's important to first of all analyze the information personally, and then uh, we can argue with other people what is their point of view. Well, that's all for today, and thank you.